So in part 2, we made these 2 rows of the long wave stitch. This is the start of a little river that we're making. This part here, we're going to add some flowers in this river and extend the river a little bit wider. So starting in with round 31, we're using color B. We are going to be making little leaves in our river and in a few rounds making flowers. So we're going to be working around the stitches of rounds 29 and 30. We're going to start at the end of any side, just before the corner. So just before those 3 stitches in the corner on round 30, we have a set of 2 double crochet. We're going to work around that first of those 2 double crochet with a 3 together stitch, starting with a front post treble. So yarn over twice and insert from the front around the back out to the front of that first double crochet of the 2 doubles before the corner stitches. We yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. So we leave those 2 loops on our hook. Again, we yarn over twice, work around that same double crochet so our hook goes lower or underneath where we place the last one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice. We now have 3 loops on our hook. And now we're just going to make a double crochet or front post double, so yarn over once and insert around this next double crochet before the corner stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, which should have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Chain 2, and this chain 2 becomes our new corner stitch. Then we'll work sort of in reverse, the same 3 together stitch, but with the double crochet first. So we'll skip those 3 trebles in the corner, finding that first double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice, insert around that next double crochet, pull up your loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over twice again around that same stitch, working lower. Oh, this time we want to work above that stitch, so we're just going to sort of pull that down the post so I can insert my hook up higher than the stitch we just made. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. So we've made a leaf on either side of those corner stitches. And we'll chain 5. Okay, so coming down to round 29, we want to find these 2 double crochet that are just before the group of 3 trebles. Working around that first one, we're going to do the 3 together stitch starting with a treble, so yarn over twice, insert around the back of that first double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice again around the same stitch but lower under where we place that last leg of this 3 together. We pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over around that next double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, we have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 2. Then we want to skip these 3 trebles around that next double crochet, still on round 29, make a start of a front post double, leaving 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over twice, insert around this next double crochet, trying to keep it lower on the stitch. Pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over twice again around that same stitch, but this time higher. Pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, yarn over, pull through all 4, and chain 5. So our 3 together stitches always have 2 part trebles and 1 double. When we're doing a pair of leaves, we start with the treble, end with the double. The second leaf starts with the double, ends with the treble. The 2 trebles are worked around the same stitch. On the first leaf, we start higher and work under it. On the second leaf, we start lower and then place that higher. So they mirror each other. Back up onto round 30. Again, working on these 2 double crochet just before that group of 3 trebles. The same thing, we start with the front post treble, yarn over twice, insert around that first double, pull up our loop and make that partial treble crochet, leaving 2 loops. Yarn over twice around the same stitch lower than where we just worked, and a partial treble, leaving the 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over once and around that next double crochet to pull up our loop, pull through 2, pull through all 4, chain 2, and then skipping those 3 trebles around that next double, we'll make the partial double crochet, and then partial treble around the next stitch, partial treble around the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 4, chain 5. So these 2 sets of leaves are our repeat. We want to do that 4 times down the side. So they're worked the same way. The first set is on round 29, the second set on round 30. So you can go ahead and do that 3 more times, and I'll join you before the corner. So I've worked those 4 repeats, and we're going to start another set of leaves on round 29. So again, working the partial front post double around this first double crochet before the treble crochet, double around the same, or front post treble around the same. Remember, they're partial trebles, partial front post double around the next, pull through all 4 loops, chain 2. Skip the 3 treble, partial double around the next stitch on round 29, partial treble around the next, partial treble around the same, working above the last one. Yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, chain 5, and that completes our first side. We're ready to start again, so I'll work those corner stitches once more with you. So around this first double, we'll make 2 front post treble. The second one going below the first one, and a double around that next double crochet. Chain 2, and then on the other side of those trebles, we'll do the front post double around the first double crochet, 2 front post treble around the next stitch. Remember, that second one we want to work above the one we just worked. Pull through all 4, chain 5. Okay, so you continue to work around all sides, working these leaves on our little river. You will join to our starting stitch and fasten off at the end of the round. Round 32, we're using color F. We want to find our corner leaf. And this chain 5 that comes just before that first leaf by the corner, we will single crochet in that chain 5 space and front post single around the leaf. And then we want to work into round 30 in front of round 31. We'll make a half double crochet in this first treble crochet of round 30, pulling it in front of the chain 2 of last round. So half double crochet in that first treble, chain 2, which is our new corner space. We're going to skip the next treble, half double crochet in that third treble, still working in front of the chain 2 space. Front post single around this next leaf, single crochet in that chain 5 space. So in round 30, we want to work into these 2 double crochet that are kind of hidden behind the leaf, and we already put stitches in there, working in front of the chain 5 space. So we have that 3 together stitch worked around both of those double crochet. So we'll place a half double crochet in each of those doubles. And then double crochet in each of these next 2 half double crochet. Okay, and you can see how I just have to slide those leaves out of the way to find my stitches to work into. Front post treble around this next leaf. Chain 1, front post treble around the next leaf. So we're going to double crochet in these next 2 double of round 30. Again, those will be behind the leaf, those stitches that, oh, sorry, we're going to double crochet in each of these 2 half double crochet, working in front of the chain 5. These are the 2 stitches before where the next leaf is worked around. So double crochet in each of those half doubles, and then half double crochet in each of these next 2 doubles, moving that leaf out of the way to find those stitches. Front post single around the next leaf, chain 1, front post single around the next leaf. So starting here with these first 2 half double crochet, that is our repeat. We're going to work that a total of 4 times down the side. So I'll work that once more with you. Half double crochet in each of these doubles on round 30 behind that leaf. Double crochet in those next 2 half double crochet, working in front of the chain 5 space. Front post treble around this next leaf, chain 1, front post treble around the next leaf. Double crochet in the 2 half double crochet behind the leaf, working in front of the chain 5. Half double crochet in the next 2 doubles behind that next leaf, still in front of the chain 5. Front post single around the leaf, chain 1, front post single around the next leaf. So that's 2 repeats. You want to do that 2 more times, and I'll meet you just before the corner. So after the 4 repeats, we want to do 1 more set of those 2 half double crochet, And then the double crochet in each of these next 2 half doubles. Front post treble around the leaf. Chain 1, front post treble around that next leaf. And then we're right before the next corner. We're going to double crochet in each of these 2 half doubles on round 30. Half double crochet in each of these doubles that are sort of hidden by that last leaf before the corner. So that's a half and a half. And then we're ready to start again around this next corner. So that was a single crochet in this last chain 5 space. Front post single around the leaf. Half double crochet in this first treble of round 30, working in front of the chain space of 31. Chain 2, skip the next treble, half double crochet in that third treble, front post single around that next leaf, single crochet in the chain 5 space. And then we're ready to start our repeats again with those 2 halves, 2 doubles, and so on. So you can go ahead, work that all the way around. We will join to our starting stitch at the end of the round and fasten off. Round 33, we're using color D. We're going to start in any of the corners, finding round 30 where we have those 3 treble crochet. We want to work in the middle one, the second one that we have not worked into yet. We will be working in front of rounds 31 and 32. So we're going to start with a 2 treble cluster, so yarn over twice, insert in that center treble crochet of round 30, working in front of the last 2 rounds. We pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, leaving 2 loops on the hook, yarn over twice, insert in the same stitch, pull up our loop, yarn over, pull through 2 twice, then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops for our cluster 2 treble cluster. Chain 2. In that same stitch, we'll make a 2 double crochet cluster. So just yarn over once, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Chain 2. We'll make a second 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch. So 1 part double crochet, yarn over, insert in the same stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 for the second part double crochet, yarn over, pull through all 3. Chain 2, and then we'll make 1 more 2 treble cluster in that same stitch. And then chain 3. And that's our first lotus flower for the round. We are going to be making several of these. They're all worked the same way, just in different stitches. So working ahead on round 30, we have this group of 3 single crochet. So the third one's hidden by that stitch. 1, 2, 3 single crochet. We want to find that unused or that center single crochet, so the second single of the group of 3 singles on round 30. A 2 treble cluster, yarn over twice, find that single crochet, make sure we pull it in front of the last 2 rounds, make our partial trebles. So that's 1, and that's our 2 treble cluster, chain 2. And then we're going to make a 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch. So that's 2 part doubles, yarn over, pull through the 3 loops. Chain 2, we'll repeat another 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch. Chain 2, and then a 2 treble cluster all in that same stitch. Chain 2. So 2 treble cluster, 2 double crochet clusters, and a treble cluster. So then on round 30, work ahead, we find that group of 3 treble crochet in the second or the middle of that set of 3. We'll do the same thing, a 2 treble cluster, chain 2, 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch, chain 2, a second 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch, chain 2, and a 2 treble cluster in that same stitch. Chain 2. So those 2 lotus flowers make a repeat. We'll do that 3 more times down the side, and I'll join you just before the next corner. So after you've worked these 4 repeats, you'll do 1 more lotus flower in that last set of 3 single crochet. So that's the 2 treble cluster, chain 2, 2 of the 2 double crochet cluster with the chain 2 after each, 1 more 2 treble cluster, and then chain 3, and we're ready to start working around this next corner. So that's in the same way we did before. We find that middle or that second treble of the corner of round 30, make a 2 treble cluster, chain 2, and a 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2. Make a second 2 double crochet cluster, chain 2, and then another 2 treble crochet cluster in that same space, or same stitch rather, chain 3. And ready to work down the next side. So you can work all the way around, joining to our starting cluster and fasten off at the end of the round. Each side will have 9 of these lotus flowers plus 1 in the corner. Round 34 using color E. We're going to start with a half double crochet. We want to find a corner lotus stitch, and we are the chain 3 that's just before that corner space. We're going to be working into round 32, which is my darker blue or denim color. So we want to identify your color there. And sometimes we'll be working in front of last round, sometimes behind. So we'll have to watch carefully for that. So in these stitches that are behind that chain 3, we have 2 doubles and 2 half doubles. We want to start in that second double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook under that chain 3, find that second double crochet and pull it to the front under that chain, and then finish my half double crochet. I need to do that once more. My yarn over got separated from the chain. Half double crochet. We want to double crochet in each of these next 2 stitches, still working in front of that chain 3. And then treble crochet in that single that was worked into that chain 5 space. So we're making a treble crochet. And then on the flower here, by this first chain 2 space between those 2 petals, we are going to make another treble crochet. So yarn over twice, insert under that space. Now looking back on round 32, we made that front post single around the leaf. We're going to work this treble into that front post single, first pulling it to the front under the chain. In that same space, we want to treble crochet in the next stitch of 32, which is a half double crochet, pulling it in front of that chain. Then we have this next chain 2 space of our corner lotus. We are going to make a treble crochet in the corner space of round 32. So I'll insert again under the chain 2 of 33, find that chain of 32 and pull it to the front and work my treble crochet. And then chain 2, which becomes our new corner, and a second treble in that same chain space, working in front of round 33. Okay, then we're going to make another treble crochet, insert under that next chain 2 of 33, finding that first half double crochet past the corner in round 32. And I'll insert my hook and use that to pull it through to the front, finish my treble crochet. And similarly, we want to find that front post single of 32, pull to the front, and work another treble crochet. And then we're going to work one more treble. So this time it's under that next chain 3. We have, let's look behind here. We've worked into that front post single. We'll find that single crochet made in the chain 5, then we have those 2 halves and 2 doubles. So we're going to treble in that single crochet. I'm using my hook to pull that to the front under the chain 3. Double crochet in each of those 2 half doubles. And half double crochet in this next double. So we're going to make another half double crochet, insert under that chain 2 of the next lotus flower, and finding that second half double crochet of 32, pull that to the front to finish our half double crochet. Then we're going to work behind that same space where we have that front post treble made around the leaf, and we're going to place a single crochet in the top of that treble, and then finding this next space and the chain 1 space of 32, we'll pull that chain 1 to the front, single crochet in there, and then again behind in that next front post treble we'll place a single crochet. And then in front of this next chain 2 of that lotus flower, we can see those 2 doubles and 2 halves. We're going to place a half double crochet in that double, again bringing it to the front to work the half double crochet. And then between these 2 lotus flowers, working in the front, we'll half double in that next double. Oops. And then double crochet in that next half double crochet. So we've reached the next lotus flower. We're going to double crochet, so yarn over under that chain 2 space, pull it to the front. We can see this next half double crochet. So we'll pull it under that chain to finish a double. And then behind, we are going to make a treble in that front post single worked around the leaf. Finding that next chain 2 space and the chain 1 between the front post singles, pull the chain 1 to the front to work a treble crochet, and then once more behind in that next front post single, another treble crochet. And then we'll make a double crochet going under the chain, finding that next half double crochet, pulling it to the front for our double crochet. Then between the flowers, pulling that next half double crochet to the front, we'll place another double. And then half double crochet in that next stitch, still working in front. And then we're ready to go back to where we started that half double crochet in front, and we're going to be working these set of stitches down the side. So as we were working this first lotus stitch, or lotus flower, we have a half double crochet, then we have 3 singles. Some are behind, some are in front. We do the half double, 2 doubles, a half double. We have 2 halves, 2 doubles, and then we have a set of 3 trebles. So while we're working in front and behind these stitches, we're actually continuing those wave stitches and working on our background river that these lotus flowers are in. So you should be able to see how it's sort of curved on the top here, like our wave stitch. So I'm going to work that set with you once more. So we're going to half double crochet in this next stitch, but we want to work it in front of this chain 2. So I've yarned over, put my hook in there, finding that stitch, pull it under that chain to finish the half double crochet. And then working behind, I'm going to single crochet in that first front post treble. Then in the next space, I want to find that chain 1 space and pull it forward for my second single crochet. And then behind again in that next front post treble, we'll place our third single crochet. And then we'll make our half double crochet, but under that next chain and pulling that next stitch to the front for our half double crochet. Then working between the flowers, we're going to find that next free stitch, make a half double crochet there, and a double crochet in the next. And then double crochet going under the chain 2 of the next flower, finding that last half double crochet before the front post stitch, pulling it through to the front, finish our double crochet. And then we're going to treble crochet, working behind in that front post single that's worked around the leaf. Treble crochet. We'll treble in the chain 1 space, but we want to bring it to the front in that next space of the lotus flower. Oops. I only grabbed one loop. So under the chain 2, find the chain 1, pull it to the front, finish a treble. And then working behind in that next front post single around that next leaf, we'll place another treble crochet. And then double crochet. So under the next chain 2 space, finding that stitch just after the front post single, bring it to the front for our double. And between the flowers, finding that next free stitch, pulling to the front for another double and a half in that next stitch. So I've worked 2 repeats with you. You want to do that 2 more times and I'll join you at that spot. So I've worked those 4 repeats. We have 1 more lotus flower left before the corner. So we're going to make a half double crochet in this first chain 2 space or in front of, and finding that last stitch before the front post treble to pull that to the front, make our half double crochet. And then working behind, we'll single crochet in that front post treble, and then finding that next chain 2 space and pulling that chain 1 of 32 to the front for another single, and working behind in the front post treble, place a 3rd single. In the next space, we will work a half double crochet in that next stitch, pulling it to the front, working by the space before the corner flower. So in that next stitch, we will, in front of round the chain 3, we place a half double crochet. Double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And treble crochet in that next stitch. We're going to make a treble crochet, but we want to find that next chain 2 space of the corner lotus flower. And we're going to place the treble crochet in that front post single, pulling it to the front to finish our treble crochet. And under that same space, pulling the next stitch to the front for a 2nd treble crochet. Then working the corner, we're going to make a treble, insert in that corner chain space, finding the space behind to pull it to the front for our treble, chain 2, treble in that same space. And then working under that next chain space in this next stitch, pulling to the front for a treble crochet. And under the same space, finding that front post single and pulling it to the front for another treble crochet. And then under that chain 3 in that next stitch, we'll make a treble crochet, double in the next 2, and half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're ready to work down the sides again. So you'll work that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end of the round. We're using color F, continuing with our river. We will find any of the chain 2 corner spaces from last round. We'll start with a half double crochet in that space, followed by a double crochet, chain 2, and we'll place a double crochet in the same space and a half double crochet all in that same corner space. We'll half double crochet in this first treble and single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Half double crochet in 2 stitches, double crochet in 2 stitches. Treble crochet in the next 3 stitches, which should be single crochets that we're working into. So that was 3 trebles, double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, and half double crochet in the next 2. And then we're ready to start that again with our 3 single crochet. So we'll work that a total of 5 times down the side. Single crochet in 3, which should be the treble crochet that we're placing the singles into. Half double crochet in 2, double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, treble crochet in the next 3, double crochet in the next 2 stitches, half double crochet in the next 2. So I've worked 2 repeats with you. You want to do that 3 more times and I'll join you at that spot. So once you've worked those 5 repeats, we'll take you close to the next corner. We're going to single crochet in each of the next 3. One, 2, and 3. Half double crochet in that next stitch. And then in the corner, we're ready to start again with our half double crochet, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in that same corner space, half double crochet, and ready to start down the side again. Half double crochet in the next stitch, followed by 3 singles, and so on. So you can continue to work the wave stitch for the river all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end of the round. Round 36, using color E, we are going to be completing the river, and we will level it out for a smooth river side. Starting in any corner, chain 2 space of last round, we'll place 2 half double crochets. 1 and 2. Chain 2 and 2 more half double crochet in that same corner space. We're going to skip this first stitch and then half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Double crochet in the next 3. 1, 2, and 3. Half double crochet in 4. 3 and 4, half double crochet, single crochet in the next 3 stitches, which should be the treble crochet, half double crochet in the next 4. And then we're ready to start again with those 3 double crochet. And we'll work that a total of 5 times. 5 repeats. I'm a little bit before that next corner. We'll double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Half double crochet in the last 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then ready to start again with our corner stitches. So 2 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more half double crochet in that same corner space. Skip the first stitch. Half double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then ready to start our repeats with those 3 double crochet, and so on. So again, we'll work that all the way around, joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end of the round. Round 37, we're using color B. This is to represent the meadow beside the river. So we're going to start in any of the corner chain 2 spaces of last round with a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet in the same space. We are going to work in each stitch down the side, placing a back loop only single crochet. So don't put your hook under both top loops as normal, just under that back loop. Back loop only single crochet in each of the stitches down the side, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet in each corner, working your way around. Join with a slip stitch to our first stitch, but do not cut your yarn. Now, as you're working these back loop only singles, if you wish, you can go under the back loop and that third loop that's on the back side of our work. I find this yarn quite stretchy from the kit, so you may want to work these back loop single crochet under the back loop and that extra third loop. There should be 84 stitches per side plus the chain 2 in each corner. So before we begin this next round, we want to place some stitch markers in place for not this next round, but the following round. So we're going to place the stitch markers in the front loop only of each stitch, and you can refer to the written pattern if you need to for where they're placed, but we'll place them on stitch 5, 8, 15, 29, 36, 50, 57, 71, 78, and 81. After this last marker, there'll be 2 back loop only singles plus the single in the corner before that next corner space. And you can place these markers on each of the sides all the way around. For round 38, we're continuing with our color B. We're going to slip stitch into that corner space. Chain 6, and that counts for a double crochet, chain 3. We'll place a second double crochet in that same corner space. We'll leave all the stitch markers in place. We'll double crochet in each of these next 4 stitches. 3 and 4. Back loop only double crochet in the next stitch, which should be a marked stitch. So these stitch markers are going to be marking that front loop only. If you are adventurous, you may work this round without the stitch markers, as long as you can identify where that free front loop is. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Back loop only double crochet in that next marked stitch. Double crochet in the next 6 stitches. That's 2 and 3. 5 and 6. Back loop only double in that next marked stitch. Double crochet in the next 13. 1, 2. And 13 double crochet, back loop only double in that next stitch. So we want to repeat that 2 more times. Double crochet in 6, back loop only double, double crochet in 13, back loop only double. 2 more times. So I've worked those repeats down the side. We will double crochet in the next 6 stitches. Five and 6. Back loop only double crochet in that next marked stitch. Double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Back loop only double crochet in this last marked stitch before the corner. Double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Which brings us to that next corner space. So it's double crochet, chain 3, and 1 more double crochet, and then we're ready to work that repeat down the next side again. Leaving all of our stitch markers there, we'll work all the way around. joining to our starting stitch and fastening off at the end of the round. So at the end of the row, we join with a slip stitch to the third chain of our beginning chain 6. Round 39, we're using color C. This is the final round for this part. We are going to be making the start of what will become sheep and trees in this meadow. So we want to find that second back loop only double crochet that we made last round. We will place a back loop only single crochet in there. Chain 2. Okay, and you can remove the markers as you go or wait till the end of the round to remove them all. So this first bit is going to be a tree or the roots of a tree. We're going to skip 1 stitch, back loop only single in the next stitch. And then we want to make a front loop only treble, so yarn over twice in this marked stitch where we started. So you can remove the marker there, come down to that front loop, insert, pull up a loop, and finish the treble crochet for that front loop treble. And then we're skipping that double that we already skipped where we made that second back loop only single. Around that stitch, we're making a front post half double crochet. Then we will chain 8, and this is the start of the tree trunk. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You want to make those chains a bit loose. Counting back 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back side, that loop on the back or the bump, we are going to make a single crochet in there, half double crochet in that back loop or bump of the next 2 chains, 1 and 2 half double crochet, and then the last 2 chains will make a double crochet in that back loop or bump. Then we'll make the next side of the roots for this tree. We're going to skip 2 doubles, make a front post half double crochet around that next double, front loop treble in that next marked stitch, chain 2. So we've skipped that double crochet in between the front post half and the treble, and then in the back loop double we'll make a back loop only single crochet, chain 3, and we'll skip that next double. We're going to start the legs of the sheep, so we're skipping that double. We're going to make a front loop only double crochet in this next stitch, chain 1, skip the next stitch, front loop only double crochet in the next, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, back loop only double crochet in the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2 stitches, front loop only double in the next, chain 1, skip the next stitch, front loop only double in the next, chain 3, skip the next stitch, back loop only single crochet in that next stitch, which should be the back loop double, chain 2. So starting with the roots of that first tree, that is our repeat. We want to do that 2 more times down the side, and I'll join you after that. So looking at the sheep part, these first 2 and last 2 front loop doubles are the legs. This back loop double will be covered up in the next row. So I've worked those a total of 3 repeats. I have 3 of these tree trunks and roots. We're going to work 1 more tree down this side. So we're skipping the 1 stitch, back loop only in the next stitch, front loop treble back in that front loop just before, and then front post half around that same double crochet where we worked the back loop single, chain 8, on the back, finding that 4th back loop, single crochet, half double crochet in the next 2, and then double crochet in the next 2 of the chain. Skip 2 stitches, front post half around the next, front loop treble in that next marked front loop, chain 2, we're going to place a back loop single crochet in that back loop double where we worked the treble, chain 3, we're going to skip this next stitch, front loop double in the next, chain 1, skip that next back loop double, front loop double in the next, chain 3, skip the 1 double crochet, back loop only single in the next, place a front loop treble in this next marked stitch, we're going to be making a tree around the corner. So front post or front loop treble, we want to make a front post double crochet around the double where we worked that back loop single. Oh, sorry, we want to front post double around the single crochet of round 37 by the corner. Chain 8 loosely, on the back side, finding that 4th back loop or back bump, single crochet, half, oops, one, two, three, 4, single crochet in that 4th one, half double crochet in the next 2, double crochet in the next 2, Then we're going to make a front post double around that next corner single crochet on round 37. And a front loop treble in this first marked front loop. Chain 3. Back on round 38, we skip these 4 stitches from the corner, and in the next stitch we're going to make a front loop double crochet. This is the double crochet just before that back loop double. So front loop double, oops, chain 1, skip that next stitch, front loop double in the next, chain 3, skip the next double crochet, and then we're ready to begin the next side at that first marked stitch. So we have a tree in the corner, we have 2 legs of a sheep on either side of the tree, and then down the sides we have 4 sheep legs in between the trees. So you can go ahead, work this all the way around. We'll join to our starting stitch and fasten off at the end of this round.